these incredible creatures.
Post play really has to get up and down the floor. I think we can get some easy baskets that way, but once they get set up in the half court set, they're all guards. They're going to pressure us. They're going to face guard our post players. So we got to find a way to score a little bit easier.
Coach, good luck today. Let's get another win.
Thanks, Brad.
Coach Don Stowe, the Gamecocks, as we get set for basketball between the Carolina Gamecocks and the Eagles from Florida Gulf Coast University. Apologize, we lost our phone connection there shortly. Time for your starting lineups, brought to you by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. First for the Gamecocks, since they'll be the visitors on the scoreboard, Coach Don Stelly's squad coming in at 5-0. At one guard, wearing number 2, Aisha Walker, the 5'8 senior from Amityville, New York, out of Copiague High School, 9.6 points, 4.4 assists per ball game. Another guard, number 20, Sanchion White, 5'10 senior from Hammond, Indiana, out of Central Arizona Junior College, 4.8 points, 5 rebounds per ball game. Third guard in the lineup, number 25, Tiffany Mitchell, 5'9 freshman from Charlotte, out of Providence Day High School, 11 points, 5.8 rebounds. Your forward, number 24, Lisa Welch, 6-foot sophomore from Goose Creek, out of Goose Creek High School, 11.8 points, 9.2 rebounds. And in the middle, number 21, Ashley Bruner, 6-foot senior from Norman, Oklahoma, out of Norman High School, 12.2 points, 7.4 rebounds. For the Eagles from Florida Gulf Coast, 2-2 under 11th year coach Carl Smesko. Four-guard lineup, number 2 is at one guard, Taylor Gradijan, 5'9 freshman from Cudahy, Wisconsin, 5 points, 2 rebounds per contest. At a forward, number 3, Katie Meador, 5'11 freshman from Salem, Illinois, out of Salem Community High School, 6.3 points, 6 rebounds per contest. Another guard, number 5, Sarah Hansen, 5'10 redshirt junior out of McKean, Pennsylvania, out of General McLean High School. Their leading scorer was 16.8 points, 8.8 rebounds per contest. Had a double-double with 11 points, 10 rebounds yesterday. Another guard, Betsy Adams, wearing number 23, 5'7 redshirt senior from Monticello, Indiana, averaging 11 points, 1.8 rebounds per ball game. Had 21 points yesterday, including 5 threes. And another guard, number 30, Joyce Iamstrong, 5'9 senior from Chicago, Thornton Fractional Senior High School, averaging 6.8 points, 2.5 rebounds, and 3 assists per ball game. Gamecocks in their road black uniforms today with the black numbers trimmed in white. They'll be moving from right to left as we look at them from across the official scorers table. Florida Gulf Coast, the Eagles in their home whites with the blue numbers trimmed in green, the green numbers, or the green and blue trimmed down the side, moving left to right. Elisa Welch to jump center for the Gamecocks. Again, Carolina moving right to left. Tiffany Mitchell grabs the loose ball off the opening tip, and the Gamecocks have it first. We're underway here in St. Thomas. Day 2 of the Paradise Jam. Up top, Sanchion White, Florida Gulf Coast in a matchup zone. Over on the far side, Walker. Now Sanchion White deep on the elbow with 12 to shoot it. Feed it down low, Welch trying to fight through a double team, and she's fouled as she tried to pass to Mitchell across the lane. Probably should have gone straight up with it, but it'll draw the foul, and the Gamecocks will recycle the shot clock. No score, just underway here in day 2 of the Paradise Jam in the Virgin Islands. Sanchion White will trigger it into the right of the basket once she gets her headband fixed. Accepts the basketball. Gets it over on the right side, and traveling called. So a turnover by the Gamecocks. Tiffany Mitchell called for shuffling the feet. Turnover on their first possession, and that's not good news for the Gamecocks, who had a season-high 29 turnovers yesterday. Florida Gulf Coast on its first possession has the ball knocked loose as they force an entry pass, and Aisha Walker comes out of there with it. Walker ahead to Bruner in the paint, underneath to Welch. Welch will lay it up and in, and the Gamecocks strike first. They lead it 2-0. There's that transition offense. Gamecocks get it going. Florida Gulf Coast in their second possession, and they throw the ball away. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers. This is a Florida Gulf Coast team averaging just 14 turnovers per game. They've coughed it up twice on their first 2 possessions. Gamecocks have it, moving right to left, leading 2-0. Up top, Elisa Welch. On the near side to Sanchion White. White looking. Is up top to Welch. On the far side to Aisha Walker. Right corner to Mitchell. Down low, Bruner. Fighting through a couple of defenders. Puts it up, no good. Elisa Welch with the stick back. Rolls it up and in. She has all 4 of the Gamecocks points, and Carolina leads it 4-0. 18:44 to play here in the first half. Across the timeline, Florida Gulf Coast with the basketball. Gamecocks in a man-to-man and a whistle away from the ball. It'll be a foul on the Gamecocks. Put that one on Ashley Bruner, her first, team's first. So a fresh 30 upcoming for Florida Gulf Coast. They'll bring it in. Where? Some discussion amongst the officials. Now they'll say to the left of the basket on the baseline. Left side it goes. We try to defend the three. Penetrating with the basketball is Adams. They lose the handle. Gamecocks come out of there with it on the third turnover. Minute and a half into it. Gamecocks lead it 4-0. Near side, Sanchion White. White puts it on the floor. Passes right to Mitchell. Mitchell, right side, Aisha Walker. Now down in the corner, Sanchion White. Underneath the Bruner. Through a double team. Rolls it up and in for two. And the Gamecocks lead it 6-0. Gamecocks getting some points inside, and a timeout taken by Florida Gulf Coast. Carolina opening the game on a 6-0 run. We'll keep it right here. Gamecocks off to a good start after a very slow start yesterday. 4 points from Elisa Welch to start the game. And then a basket by Brunner as we pause. All right, I'm here. We got a lower number than normal. Not sure what's going on with this phone line. Fortunately, we had a little timeout there.
And you can get your flu shots right here. I'll leave
we're back. Coming back.
Okay, go ahead.
2 seconds.
U.S.
Okay.
Department of
One,
Health and Human
you're up.
Services.
Back at the Paradise
Half of
Jam,
young
Gamecocks
Americans
leading at
can't
6-0.
locate economic powers like
Over
Japan
Florida
and
Gulf
India.
Coast, a 6-0 run. Had some
20%
problem with our
can't
phone
even
line.
find
We're
the
2 minutes
Pacific
into the
Ocean.
contest. 4 points
Without
from Elisa
geography,
Welch. And
our
basket by
children
Brunner. Here's a
aren't
three-pointer left side by the Eagles. Won't go. Sanchion White with the rebound. Apologize for the problems with the phone line. Hopefully we'll be able to keep it straight. Here's Ashley Bruner driving, shooting, not scoring. Missed the bunny. Welch with the offensive rebound for Carolina. Has it ripped out of her hands. Ball loose on the floor. Bodies flying everywhere. Still loose. And that will get a foul on Florida Gulf Coast. So the Gamecocks will have it. Leading 6-0, 2.5 minutes into the first half. Elisa Welch with back-to-back baskets to start the game, and then a basket by Bruner. Carolina's forced 3 turnovers already by Florida Gulf Coast. They're only averaging 14 a game. Here's Aisha Walker up top. Dribbling to her right, hands it off to Sanchion White. Matchup zone again by the Eagles. Here's Walker, right elbow for 3. Missed it too strong. Welch with the rebound on the other side. Kick it up top to White, and we'll recycle the offense. 6-0 run to start the contest for Carolina, looking for more. Sanchion White, top of the circle now. Back to Aisha Walker, right side. Sanchion, near side, playing catch with Aisha Walker. We feed the post halfway down. Bruner lost the handle. It's knocked away. Here come the Eagles in transition. Down the floor is Hansen. She'll wait for the numbers. Dangerous three-point shooting team. Handed off near side to Gradishin. Guarded by Elisa Welch in the man-to-man. Now top of the circle, Meador. Driving the lane, lost the handle. That's 4 turnovers. Gamecocks have it. Looking to run. We don't have numbers. Elisa Welch drives anyway. Shot up and in. She's got 6 points, and the Gamecocks lead it 8-0. Good start for Welch, who had a double-double yesterday. 3.5 minutes into the first half. Driving right side, Hansen, cut off halfway down the lane. Top of the circle to Ironstrong. Now pass it left side, Gradishin. Gradishin working on Walker. Shot clock halfway down in the man-to-man defense. Near side, they set a screen for Ironstrong. Doesn't pull the trigger on the 3. Instead, left side with 8 to shoot it. On the floor with it is Adams trying to create. Top of the circle now, Ironstrong for 3 straight away. Bang, got it. Her first three-pointer of the year for the senior from Chicago, and the Eagles on the board. It's 8-3 Carolina. 4 minutes into the contest, but that's what Florida Gulf Coast does well. They led the nation with a NCAA record 342 three-pointers a year ago. They get their first to land today, 4 minutes into the contest. Gamecocks lead 8-3. Mitchell driving left side, cut off around the baseline. Up top, Sanchion White. She'll try a 3. Bang! Got it. Sanchion White answers with the 3 ball. Just her second of the year, and the Gamecocks lead at 11-3. Not her forte, but she was opened and knocked it down. Here's a 3 ball left side. It's not going to count as we have an offensive foul and an illegal screen. Third foul on the Eagles, and the Gamecocks will have it when we come back. 15:29 to play. Carolina in front, 11-3 You're listening to Carolina Basketball on WISW.
You take your 6-year-old to the play.
Spectacular views of the Caribbean are just the beginning at Frenchman's Reef and Morningstar Marriott Beach Resort. Discover a place where turquoise waters meet clear blue skies, where fine dining and poolside bars delightfully coexist, where fun and relaxation are an art form. A Marriott Dream Vacation awaits you here on the island of St. Thomas in the U.S. Virgin Islands. It's all here at Frenchman's Reef and Morningstar Marriott Beach Resort.
Costs and also help reduce air pollution. For more ways to get green, go to getgreen.com.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and Environmental Defense.
Back at the Paradise Jam on the island of St. Thomas, Gamecocks leading Florida Gulf Coast 11-3, 15 and a half minutes to play first half. Carolina 5 out of 8 from the floor, and of course 5 turnovers. Gamecocks have the ball as play resumes, moving right to left. Elam Ibiam checked in during the timeout. She replaced Ashley Bruner. Work it over on the far side to Mitchell as the Eagles tighten up their defense a little bit, and there's the turnover by the Gamecocks. Elisa Welch was looking for Elam Ibiam down the center of the lane, but threw it too high, and Ibiam never got off the ground to get it. Second turnover by Carolina. 11-3 Carolina, Eagles with the basketball. Gamecocks in a man-to-man. Near side it comes to Armstrong. She had a three-pointer a moment ago for their first points. Now to Haas, top of the circle, guarded closely by Walker. Shot clock halfway down now for Adams, right side. White on the defense. Near side, Armstrong. Back to the top of the circle to Hansen. She'll put it on the floor, trying to back in on Welch. Lost the dribble to shy the line. Three-pointer straight away. Adams won't go. Rebound to Lisa Welch. Has it taken away by Hansen, however. Hansen drives in the lane, rolls it up and in, and it's 11-5. Gamecocks lead is down to 6. Nice move by Hansen for her first points. Their leading scorer averaging nearly 17 a game. 5.5 minutes into the first half. Up top, Elisa Welch passes right to Sanjian White. White looking inside, goes up top to Walker instead. Walker halfway down the lane to Ibiam is triple teamed. Shot went in, but foul was before the shot on the Eagles. They'll put that on Armstrong, I believe. That's her second, team's fourth. So fresh 30 for the Gamecocks. Ibiam got the shot to drop, but the whistle was well before she took the shot. Taylor Gradijan back into the ball game for Armstrong with those 2 fouls. Katie Meador will check back in for the Eagles as well. Out goes Stephanie Haas. Carolina ball, they'll bring it into the right of the lane. Right elbow it goes to White. Up top to Walker, cross-court it to Mitchell, who had to climb the ladder for that one. She's going to try to drive, baseline jumper, too strong, well over everything. Gradijan with the rebound for the Eagles. Quickly down the floor comes Florida Gulf Coast. Gamecocks leading 11-5. Top of the circle, now wind it around on the near side. Up to the top of the circle to Meador. Meador thought about the three, didn't pull the trigger. Puts it on the floor with the shot clock halfway down. Heiji Akumi now right side, feeds it inside. Now Heiji Akumi gets it back. Shot up from the top of the circle won't go. Rebound Gamecocks. Gamecocks have it still leading 11-5. Near side, Tiffany Mitchell. Gamecocks haven't scored the last few trips. Up top, Aisha Walker now to set the offense. Picked up by Betsy Adams. Walker dribbling to her left. Shot clock down to 12. Terminates the dribble, needs help. Down low, Welch beats one man, puts it up off the window, no good. And a scramble for the rebound. Sanchion White is there, misses the layup. Ball battled for. White gets another offensive rebound. Gamecocks have it with a fresh 30. Aisha Walker between the rings to try to reset the offense. Gamecocks did a good job on the offensive glass that trip. Now got to get points. Right side, Aisha Walker feeds it down low to Ibiam. Can't handle the pass. It goes out of bounds. That's twice the Gamecocks have turned it over, trying to feed the post. 13:02 to play in the first half. Gamecocks in front, 11-5. as Wilcom Montu will check in for the first time for the Gamecocks, along with Asia Dozier, the freshman. Out goes Mitchell and Ibiam. So after a hot start, Gamecocks open the game on an 8-0 run. They've been outscored 5-3 the last few minutes, 7 minutes into the first half. Eagles with the basketball, moving left to right. Armstrong top of the circle, Montu in front of her. Now hands it off a little bit to her left to Adams. Work it over on the other side. Here's Meter driving. Layup is good. Blew past the Carolina defenders, and it's 11-7. Florida Gulf Coast on a little bit of a run here. 12:40 to play in the first half. The lead is down to 4. It was 8 a moment ago. High post to Montu with her back to the basket. Swings it right side to Dozier. Dozier looking up top to Montu. Left side, Walker with 13 to shoot it. Walker cross-court it to Dozier. Dozier looking, not much happening inside. She'll put it on the floor instead. 6 seconds to shoot it. Terminates the dribble, needs help. Aisha Walker, top of the key for 3. Back rim, no good. Rebound, Florida Gulf Coast. 11-7 Gamecocks. Eagles on a bit of a run here. They work it on the near side. 3 ball away by Adams won't go. And a foul underneath on Florida Gulf Coast. Nope, just hit the top of the stanchion. So the Gamecocks will have it. Gamecocks have it moving right to left. After an 8-0 run to start the contest, they've been outscored 7-3 the last few trips. Up top, Aisha Walker. Walker wants a pick from Montu. She dribbles to her right, weaving through a couple of defenders. Jumper from the free throw line. Rattles out, no good, and a foul on Montu. She went over the back. First foul on Montu, second on the Gamecocks. Eagles will have it when we come back. 11:46 to play. Carolina in front of Florida Gulf Coast, 11-7. Timeout on the floor, we'll take it with them. Back in just a moment for more Carolina basketball on WISW.
In fairy tales, the handsome prince.
Now, as you can see, don't you love technology? Yeah, no problem. There we go. How are the girls? Uh-huh.
Come on, boy, just a little. Kiss me, boy, got me going crazy.
Scott.
Business is tough, but with great offers at Avis.com, we give you the space to turn your business trip into a bizcation. Avis, it's your space.
On the foul by Katie Meador, the freshman from Salem, Illinois. Gamecocks have it leading 11-7. They've cooled off, scored 8 points in the first 3.5 minutes. Haven't done much since. On the near side, Tiffany Mitchell. Up top now to Dozier. Right side, Walker now as the guards play catch. To Montu, underneath to Bruner. Bruner trying to back her way in, has the ball stripped out of her hands. Turnover by the Gamecocks. Down the floor, Armstrong. Gamecocks have been cold. Driving right side is Hansen. Kick it out for Haas for 3. No good, back rim. Rebound Bruner. Ahead to Mitchell. Gamecocks trying to run. Mitchell driving the lane left side. Blows past Armstrong and rolls it up and in. Tiffany Mitchell with her first points. Gamecocks lead 13-7. The freshman blew past the senior. Gamecocks with a 6-point lead. On the far side, Gradijan guarded by Walker. Now Armstrong top of the circle. Tiffany Mitchell on the defense for Carolina in the Road Blacks. Here's a three-pointer left side. Got it. Taylor Gradigan with her third three-pointer of the year. Cuts the deficit for the Eagles down to 3, 13-10. Well, that's part of their game. That's the biggest part of the Eagles' game. Is three-pointers. They've hit a couple to keep them in it. Dozier holds up top. High post to Montu. Right side Mitchell goes baseline. Wraparound pass. Stolen away and knocked out of bounds. Gamecocks will retain possession. Just 13 on the shot clock, however. Eagles with a couple of three-pointers here. Brissett led the nation in that category a year ago. They drive and kick out a lot to set themselves up for three. Here's Mitchell, left wing, dribbles back to the top of the circle. 10 to shoot it now for Walker. Walker trying to get a pick from Montu, dribbling to her left, passes left to Dozier. Dozier, three ball away, left side, rolls off, no good. And Eagles with the rebound. Under 10 minutes to play. We're at the midpoint of the first half. 3-point lead for the Gamecocks. The Eagles trying to answer. Armstrong wide open for three, missed it short. And the rebound will go out of bounds to the Gamecocks. Well, they're not going to miss too many of those. Somebody got lost on defense and left Armstrong wide open on the left side, and she didn't knock it down. Gamecocks have it moving right to left, trying to add to a 3-point lead. Walker dribbling to her right in front of the Eagle bench, now back to the center of the floor. Shot clock is already halfway down. Right side Dozier fumbles but recovers, puts it on the floor. Here's Walker, working it around to Mitchell, down low to Bruner, back out to Mitchell. They're doing a good job doubling down on Bruner. Mitchell takes it to the rack, rolls it up, no good. Rebound Eagles. Here they come in transition. Down the floor, Hansen terminates the dribble. Up top, wide open Adams, three to tie, no good. Rebound Mitchell. Gamecocks have it, still leading by 3. 9:05 to play. Dozier feeds down low to Bruner, fighting through a double team, rolls it up and in on the reverse layup, and the Gamecocks lead 15-10. 4 points for Bruner on a pretty layup by the senior from Norman, Oklahoma. Was double teamed and was able to dribble through it. Eagles with the basketball. Armstrong with a bounce pass, or accepts the bounce pass on the near side. Top of the circle, Gradigan working on Walker with the shot clock halfway down, and Walker to strip it out of her hands. It's loose from the floor. It'll be a foul on Taylor Gradigan of Florida Gulf Coast. Had that ball far out in front of her, and Aisha Walker said, "Thank you very much, I'll take it." Ripped it out of her hands and then was knocked to the floor. That's the 16th foul on Florida Gulf Coast. Last to give before the bonus. Aisha Walker will get her first break. The freshman Khadijah Sessions out of Myrtle Beach will check in for the first time today. Joining Elisa Welch, Ashley Bruner, Asia Dozier, and Tiffany Mitchell. 3 freshmen on the floor for the Gamecocks right now. Sessions dribbling, passing up top to Bruner. Passes left to Mitchell. Gets her man in the air, can't do much with it. Sessions now playing catch with Mitchell, almost let her out of bounds. Shot clock halfway down. Pass it right to Dozier. Dozier puts it on the floor, trying to create. Stops, pops, and drops it home for 2. Asia Dozier with her first points, and the Gamecocks lead is 7. 17-10 with 8:10 to play in the first half. Gulf Coast with the basketball, top of the circle. They feed it underneath, and laying it up and in is Sarah Hansen. A good quick pass inside, cuts the deficit down to 5, 17-12. Gamecocks in front. Here's Mitchell right side for the Gamecocks. Up top to Dozier. Around the perimeter left side, Elisa Welch. Up top, Tiffany Mitchell thought about the 3. Feeds it underneath to Bruner. Rolls it in for 2 more. Bruner with 6 points. And the Gamecocks lead by 7. 19-12. A nice finish by the senior. Just what the Gamecocks needed to answer that basket by the Eagles. Hansen gets her man in the air. Kicks it out up top. Around the perimeter left side. 3 ball away by Haji Yakumi, no good, and a foul on the rebound on the Gamecocks. Missed the 3-pointer, but they got the offensive glass, and Eagles will have it when we come back. Carolina leads 19-12 with 7:21 to play in the first half. Timeout on the floor, we'll take it with them. You're listening to Carolina Basketball on WISW.
Your friends at News Talk 1320 WI.
Welcome to Belongo Bay Beach Resort, St. Thomas, the Caribbean's most entertaining beach resort. Experience the Caribbean's most entertaining beach resort, Belongo Bay Beach Resort, St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands. No passport required.
A champion never rests, never stops, never settles. So we didn't.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is
NBA 2K13, executive produced by Jay-Z.
Convenient and simple way to apply for Medicare in as little as 10 minutes.
Okay.
Online at www.socialsecurity.gov/Medicare only. That's socialsecurity.gov/Medicare only.
7:21 to play in the first half. Carolina leading Florida Gulf Coast 19-12. Eagles will have the basketball as play resumes. They'll bring it into the right of the basket with Jamie Gleasing taking it for the Eagles. Don't forget, Gamecocks will play their final game of the tournament tomorrow, same time, against DePaul, who's 2-0 in this tournament. Triggered in right side to Adams. Adams will launch a three, rolls off no good. Tiffany Mitchell strips the rebound away from one of the Eagles, and the Gamecocks have it, leading by 7. Carolina with the basketball with a 7-point lead. Sessions, the freshman, dribbling right side. Passes right to Mitchell. Lob it into Ibiam. Back out to Sessions. Now left side. Sanchion White, left elbow three. Rolls off no good. Offensive rebound, Tiffany Mitchell, and almost threw the ball away, and the Eagles do come out of there with it. Hanson trying to race the length of the court, and she'll lay it up and in. They score in transition that time to the Eagles. It's 19-14. Gamecocks lead trimmed down to 5. Gamecocks got careless with the basketball with their 5th turnover of the game. Up top, Tiffany Mitchell. Mitchell looking inside, not much there. To Sanchion White, right side. Back up top to Sessions between the rings. Man-to-man, high posted to Welch. Left side, Mitchell. Goes baseline and lost the handle on the ball, but it went out of bounds off one of the Eagles, so the Gamecocks catch a break. Eagles will get a sub in. Amanda Moore, a freshman from Seymour, Indiana, checks in. Out goes Katie Meador. We want to get a sub in as well for the Gamecocks. Aisha Walker checks in for Tiffany Mitchell. So it's Walker, Sessions, Ibiam, Welch, and White on the floor for the Gamecocks in their road blacks. Florida Gulf Coast in their home whites. Sanchion White will trigger it into the right of the basket. 14 seconds to shoot it as White looks to trigger it in. Gets it into Walker, right elbow. She'll try a three. Bang! Got it. Three-pointer for Aisha Walker. The senior hits her 9th three-pointer of the year, her first points today, and the Gamecocks lead it 22-14. Matching their largest lead of the afternoon. Here come the Eagles driving the lane is Gleasing. She lays it up and in. Nobody stopped the dribble. Ibiam needed help, didn't get it, and the lead is down to 6 at 22-16. Nice finish by Gleasing for her first points. Walker dribbling right side, right in front of the Florida Gulf Coast bench. Gives it up top to Sanchion White. Squares to the basket. Near side Sessions. Man-to-man defense. Work at left side Walker. 11 seconds to shoot it. Walker on the drive. Up top Sessions. She'll try a three straight away. No good. Back rim. And rebound by Elisa Welch. She'll lay it up. No good. But a foul on Florida Gulf Coast. Gamecocks will have it.
We have good news. The economy is on the upturn. Check out
Okay, I lost you. Coming
ColumbiaHealthWanted.com.
back in
We have hundreds of local jobs, including jobs for car salesmen. Long name,
30
amazing
seconds.
results.
I'm going outside to make out. Because I'm
20.
lost in your eyes. Should I call you for breakfast or nudge you?
Tired of bad pickup lines? Go to Cupid.com. Helping people meet the right people
10
is all
seconds.
we do. Heard a bad pickup line?
Still
Send
with
it to Cupid.com. If we really hate
Okay.
it, we'll put it in our next ad.
5 seconds. There we go.
Cupid.com.
Dr. Gaines, nice to see you getting groceries instead of in your
Hi,
office.
Julie. How are the kids?
Great, they're at a birthday party.
I have to put on my
We're back.
pediatrician's hat here.
23
I
to
haven't seen them in
16.
my office
Gamecocks
for
in
flu
front.
vaccines yet.
Our phone line keeps dropping out.
CDC
Here's Sarah
recommends
Hansen,
flu
right side, no
vaccinations
good
for
from
all
a
kids
three-pointer.
from 6 months
Rebound
through
lost
18
out of bounds
years.
off
Flu
of
can be
Aisha
serious.
Walker.
I'll get the kids.
Gamecocks with a 7-point lead after a free throw from Elisa Welch. Apologize for the phone line problems. Hopefully we'll stay with you the rest of the way. Not sure why it keeps dropping out, but we'll keep coming back. Gamecocks got off to a good start on an 8-0 run, but have gone cold since then, or colder after a terrific start. Florida Gulf Coast has knocked down a couple of outside shots. Here's Betsy Adams dribbling up top. Gamecocks in a man-to-man. Hands it off to Armstrong. Now left side, working around the perimeter down to the corner to Hansen. Back up top to Armstrong. Gets her man in the air, drives past Sanchion White, puts up a floater, no good, but an offensive foul will be called. Deja Sessions, the freshman, drew the contact. Drew the charge, and the Gamecocks will have it on the offensive foul and turnover. Gamecocks 10 out of 22 from the floor for 45.5%. Florida Gulf Coast 7 out of 18 for 39%. Eagles have already taken 12 three-point attempts. They've hit only 2. I believe they shot 25 attempts yesterday. Sessions dribbling right side to Walker in the corner. Back up top to Welch. Blows past her man. Passes left to White. Jumper from 12 feet. Too strong. Rebound Sessions. Sessions goes up, but she walked with it. Shuffled the feet before she went up. Was trying to draw the contact and was maybe too worried about drawing contact instead of taking the shot. So a turnover. Gives it back. That's 6 turnovers by the Gamecocks. 7-point lead for Carolina. Florida Gulf Coast with the basketball. Amanda Moore across the timeline. Picked up by Sessions in the man-to-man. Dribbling to her right. Passes up top to Hansen. Working on Welch. Driving halfway down the lane. Kick it out up top. 3 ball by Gradigan. Partially blocked. Rebound to Lisa Welch. Gamecocks have the ball. Leading by 7. Looking for more. Aisha Walker. Stop and go. Right side Sanchion White. Gets a pick from Walker. Cross-court pass. Almost out of bounds. And Sessions climbs the ladder to pull it down. To Welch. Baseline jumper. Good. Elisa Welch with the bucket. She's got 9 points, and the Gamecocks with their largest lead at 25-16. Under 4 minutes to play here in the first half. Up top is Hansen. Welch playing a couple of feet off her. Hansen puts it on the floor, driving the lane left side, and there'll be a foul on Elisa Welch, the 4th team foul on the Gamecocks, and the Eagles will have it when we come back. 3:45 to play in the first half. Carolina leading at 25-16. You're listening to Carolina basketball on WISW.
Later, much later, we heard something. We didn't breathe for listening. Then footsteps on the back porch, creeping, then more confident. After all, nobody was home.
Come visit my islands, the United States Virgin Islands.
Visit St. Thomas for the 60th anniversary of VI Carnival, April 22nd to 28th. Call your travel agent to book today.
The United States Virgin Islands, home to beautiful beaches, culture, and people, is also home to the University of the Virgin Islands. For 50 years, nationally accredited UVI has excelled with quality and affordable education. Whatever your passion, you'll experience education at its finest. With small classes and diverse undergraduate and graduate programs, UVI is the ideal learning environment. Historically American, uniquely Caribbean, globally interactive.
.us.
3:45 to play in the first half. Gamecocks leading Florida Gulf Coast 25-16. Eagles with the basketball as play resumes. They'll bring it into the left of the basket with Stephanie Haas. Haas looking. She's got to hurry to avoid a 5 count. Just got it in to Amanda Moore. Maybe at 4.5 seconds. Moore dribbling around, working on Khadijah Sessions. Works it up top to Betsy Adams. Adams working on Sanchion White in the man-to-man. Left side, open 3 ball won't go. Rebound, Florida Gulf Coast. Sarah Hansen accepts it left side. Good hustle there by Katie Meador of the Eagles. Fresh 30 for the Eagles as Hansen passes left to Meador. Meador working on Wilkamontu up top. Sanchion White goes for the steal. Ball knocked loose. Sanchion White trying to go coast to coast. One girl to beat. Lays it up and in. And the Gamecocks with their largest lead at 27-16 as Sanchion White gets the transition offense going. And time called to clean up a wet spot on the floor. Gamecocks with their first double-digit lead of the half with 3:06 to play. Sanchion White with the steal and outraced a couple of Eagles to pay dirt. So now the Eagles will have it. It'll be Hanson to bring it up. Gamecocks will pick him up man-to-man as she crosses. Terminates the dribble, does Hanson. Needs help wide open for three, so she'll take it. Got it. Nobody put a hand in her face. And she hits her third three-pointer of the season. 27-19. Gamecocks in front and a whistle away from the ball. Going to be a foul on Florida Gulf Coast. That's the 9th team foul, so 1-1 upcoming for the Gamecocks. They put that on Katie Meador. That's her third. It'll be Ashley Bruner at the stripe, who's just 7 for 27 at the free throw line this year. Front end of 1-1, no good. Back rim, rebound Eagles. And her problems continue. She's now 1 for 10 from the line in the 2 games. Still 27-19 Gamecocks. Taylor Gradishin working on Khadijah Sessions up top. Passes left to Hanson, guarded by Aisha Walker with 15 to shoot it. Top of the circle now, Heiji Yakumi working on Ashley Bruner with 10 to shoot it. Passes left to Adams, working on Sanchion White, 6 to shoot it now for Gradishin. Gradishin, 4 seconds, top of the key, puts it on the floor, drives the lane left side, and she is going to be bailed out with a foul with 1 second on the shot clock. Looks like she just got her feet caught up with Khadijah Sessions, tripped over Sessions and fell to the floor, and she'll go to the line for a pair. Not intentional, but still counts. And Gradishin will be at the line where she's a perfect 6 for 6 on the season for the freshman from Wisconsin. 2:16 to play. It's an 8-point lead for South Carolina. And the free throw by Gradishin is good. She's still perfect, 7 for 7 on the year. Now with 4 points in the afternoon. Second free throw, missed it short, and Montu with the rebound for Carolina. 27-20, Gamecocks in front. Final 2 minutes of the first half. Walker dribbling right side, gets a pick, goes underneath the basket, rather on the corner to White, back out right side to Walker. Shot clock halfway down. Montu underneath the Bruner left side of the basket, rolls it in for 2 more. And the Gamecocks lead 29-20 as Ashley Bruner finishes that time. She's got 8 points. Here come the Eagles quickly down the floor, top of the circle, Gleasing. Montu a few feet off of her. Right side, wide open for 3. Haji Akumi got it. Haji Akumi with her first three-pointer of the season, and the Gamecocks lead is down to 6, 29-23 with 90 seconds to play in the first half. Fourth three-pointer in the half for Florida Gulf Coast. Somehow left her wide open. Up top, Khadijah Sessions. Shot clock at 13. Left side, Sanchion White. She's trying to go baseline. Cut off to Sessions, left side. She'll try a 3. It'll be well short. Rebound, Sanchion White underneath. Puts it off the glass too hard. And the rebound tipped and saved by Wilkamontu. Fresh 30 for the Gamecocks with 1:05 to play here in the first half. Gamecocks lead is 6. It's led by as many as 11, I believe. Over on the top of the circle now, Sanchion White. Passes right, 15 to shoot it. In the deep elbow to Aisha Walker. Thinks about it. She'll crank up a 3. Bang! Got it. Three-pointer for Aisha Walker. Her second of the game. Gives her 6 points, and the Gamecocks lead 32-23. Here come the Eagles quickly down the floor. Top of the circle now as they can't do much with it. Work it over on the far side to Hanson. Walker on the defense. Shot clock halfway down. Still has it on the floor. Up top, Haji Akumi again. Got it again. Three-pointer for Anthe Haji Akumi. Hadn't hit a 3 all season. She's hit 2 in a row here. And the Gamecock lead is down to 6, and Coach Staley will burn a timeout. You know this is a three-point shooting team, and that's twice she was left wide open without a hand in her face. So the team's trading threes the last couple of trips down the floor. It's 32-26 with 23.1 seconds to go in the first half. The Eagles have hit 5 three-pointers in this half. And again, that's the big part of their ball game. They led the nation in threes, setting an NCAA record a year ago. They run a lot of kickouts where you have to assume that whoever has the ball around the perimeter is going to attempt a three. And that's twice she was left unguarded. So the three ball getting the Eagles back into the ball game after Carolina had led by as many as 11. Gamecocks will have the ball. They can work for the final shot of the half if they so choose. Aisha Walker will bring it up. Shot clock is off as she'll walk it up slowly. Gets it across with 14 seconds to play in the half. High post to Bruner with her back to the basket, and then Bruner throws it away. With 7.6 seconds to go, the Eagles can work for a final shot. We'll get Elisa Welch in. And a long, cold stare from Coach Staley to Ashley Bruner as she comes to the bench. Eagles will have it. 6 seconds to go. Quickly down the floor. Hansen working on Aisha Walker. Stop and go dribble, driving, and she lost the handle on the ball, but it was poked out by one of the Gamecocks. Out of bounds on the baseline with 1.8 seconds to go. They'll bring it into the left of the basket with Gleasing. Left side, Haji Akumi. She loses the handle, and that's how the first half will end. The Gamecocks will go into the locker room with a 6-point lead, 32-26. Gamecocks had some opportunities to pull away, but Florida Gulf Coast had some big three-pointers down the stretch to cut it down to single digits. And so South Carolina will have to settle for a 6-point lead heading into the locker room. 32-26 our score. We'll take a timeout here. When we come back, we'll hear once again from Shabretta Ball. Another feature from the sophomore, who, of course, you can see at GamecocksOnline.com with a regular feature with women's basketball, Ballin' with Brett. And she'll talk to Khadijah Sessions coming up in just a few minutes, the freshman from Myrtle Beach.
Spectacular views of the Caribbean are just the beginning at Frenchman's Reef and Morningstar Marriott Beach Resort. Discover a place where turquoise waters meet clear blue skies, where fine dining and poolside bars delightfully coexist, where fun and relaxation are an art form. A Marriott dream vacation awaits you here on the island of St. Thomas in the U.S. Virgin Islands. It's all here at Frenchman's Reef and Morningstar Marriott Beach Resort.
Now, as you can see, don't you love technology? Yeah, no problem. There we go. How are the girls? Uh-huh.
Come on, boy, just a little.
Scott. Business is tough, but with great offers at Avis.com, we give you the space to turn your business trip into a bizcation. Avis, it's your space.
Welcome to Belongo Bay Beach Resort, St. Thomas, the Caribbean's most entertaining beach resort. Experience the Caribbean's most entertaining beach resort, Belongo Bay Beach Resort, St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands. No passport required.
A champion never rests, never stops, never settles. So we didn't.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is
NBA 2K13, executive produced by Jay-Z.
Living this life one night and done. Now that I am free.
Come visit my islands, the United States Virgin Islands.
Visit St. Thomas for the 60th anniversary of VI Carnival, April 22nd to 28th. Call your travel agent to book today.
The United States Virgin Islands, home to beautiful beaches, culture, and people, is also home to the University of the Virgin Islands. For 50 years, nationally accredited UVI has excelled with quality and affordable education. Whatever your passion, you'll experience education at its finest. With small classes and diverse undergraduate and graduate programs, UVI is the ideal learning environment. Historically American, uniquely Caribbean, globally interactive.
Welcome to the United States Virgin Islands. We know you'll enjoy your stay in one of the most beautiful places in the Caribbean. We invite you to visit all 3 islands: St. Croix, St. John, and St. Thomas. St. Croix offers some of the most incredible dive sites in the Caribbean. Explore the pier, a shipwreck, the wall, and even go on a night dive. And with 7 flags having flown over this Caribbean jewel, St. Croix offers one of the most diverse cultures in all of the Caribbean. Want to hike, swim, and explore an underwater trail and an incredible vista all in the same day? Then you can't miss St. John. With 2/3 of the island dedicated as a national park, it's easy to find a view that takes your breath away. St. Thomas offers some of the best shopping deals in the Caribbean, and the U.S. Virgin Islands duty-free limit is $1,600, so be sure to take advantage of the savings. If a romantic destination wedding is in your future, plan your hassle-free nuptials in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Don't forget to let your guests know that there's no passport required for U.S. citizens. For more information on the USVI, log on to visitusvi.com or download our free My Virgin Islands smartphone app to learn more about things to do, restaurants, shops, and much more. Explore the endless unscripted vacation opportunities that await you. Thank you for visiting the United States Virgin Islands, St. Croix, St. John, and St. Thomas.
Hey, this is Nels Hawkins of the Paradise Jam Basketball Tournament. We are on Coki Beach. This is my favorite beach in the entire world. It's located here in St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands. We're going to go out and feed the fish. We're going to go float out and have a little fun. The fish are all around us. It's like swimming in a fish tank. You've got to visit Coki Beach when you get here. There's no better place. It's awesome.
Yeah, you're massive. You're large.
Oh, yeah, we from the Virgin Islands. Now joke, now play. Hear me when I say. Now we run the Virgin Islands. Don't stay, now going nowhere. Oh, yeah, we from the Virgin Islands. Now joke, now play. Hear me when I say. Now we run the Virgin Islands. Oh yeah, we from the Virgin Islands.
My boy, I from Tola. Forget all the talk, but remember what they told ya. And yeah, I come from Bellevue. Things real bad, so we callin' it Hellview. Just get your ride and come true, floss and leave stiff like a statue. Them boys will get at you. Man sick like a sneeze, yeah. Hot you, tight grip, eater, bish, I got you. Talking about girls, yeah, I got a lot too. My bad fire ain't even forgot you. Ain't only you blazing, Cali boy hot too. Reppin' for my hood, you know I have to. Road tongue boy, that's where I have to. Cinema close, so at the college I'll catch you. With that kind of talk, you from Tola, not you.
Oh yeah, we from the Virgin Islands. Now joke, now play. Hear me when I say. Now we run the Virgin Islands. Don't stay, now going nowhere. Oh yeah, we from the Virgin Islands. Now joke, now play. Hear me when I say. Now we run the Virgin Islands. Oh yeah, we from the Virgin Islands.
Yeah. VI where I reppin', higher grounds and Tola, that's where I step in. Look at our islands, tourists come to see. The other islands nearby, just a part of we. Cruise ship on me tongue, one passing Fiji. Some stop on the corner and get to meet Kaiti. Stop by the church to see Annie Biada. Just before that, you see Bishon and the Fada. Don't talk about the sights like the old mills. They going crazy, wanna spend them dollar bills. Taxi man smiling, money in their pockets. We make a tune, money every pocket. Ain't all about money, but we got to make a profit. When you see your CDs in the stores, go and cop it. We carry a zero for the listeners to hear. Pure VI talent is what we showing out here.
Oh yeah, we from the Virgin Islands. Now joke, now play. Hear me when I say. Now we run the Virgin Islands. Don't stay, now going nowhere. Oh yeah, we from the Virgin Islands. Now joke, now play. Hear me when I say. Now we run the
looking to extend their record to 6-0. They're going to have to do some more work here and take care of the basketball. That's been a problem for South Carolina the last 2.5 games of not taking good care of the basketball, or had taken excellent care of the ball the first 3 games. Just not everybody, for some reason, not everybody on the same page the last couple of ball games. Gamecocks in the road black uniforms with the white numbers, or the black numbers trimmed in white, I should say. The garnet trimmed down the side. Florida Gulf Coast, the home team on the scoreboard today. The white uniforms, blue numbers trimmed in green. As we wait for both teams to break their huddle, Gamecocks will send Elisa Welch, Ashley Bruner, Tiffany Mitchell, Sanchion White, and Aisha Walker to the floor. Florida Gulf Coast will have the ball to start the half. They'll be moving from right to left. It'll be Armstrong to trigger it in to Taylor Gradigan, and we're underway here in half number 2. Man-to-man defense for South Carolina as they work it right side to Hanson. To Armstrong now right elbow. Gets a pick, dribbling back to the top of the circle. Passes right to Adams. She'll launch to 3 to start. No good. Rebound Aisha Walker for South Carolina. Well, you knew that was coming. Walker up top, Elisa Welch. Passes left, Sanchion White. Man-to-man defense for Florida Gulf Coast. White will put it on the floor. Jumper in the lane. Back rim no good. Rebound to Florida Gulf Coast. Sanchion White touched it last and it went out of bounds. So both teams come up empty on their opening possessions. 30 seconds gone by. Here in the second half, no change in the score. Still a 6-point lead for South Carolina. Near side, Armstrong, guarded by Mitchell. Looking inside and almost threw it away, but able to track it down is Katie Meador right in front of the scorer's table. Meador puts it on the floor, working on Elisa Welch. Looking for a cutter, gets it off to Armstrong instead with 6 seconds to shoot it. Armstrong passes left to Meador. She'll put it on the floor. Kick it back out to Armstrong. 2 seconds, straightaway 3, rolls off no good. Elisa Welch with another rebound for South Carolina. Gamecocks have the ball quickly down the floor. Here's Mitchell going baseline. Has the ball poked out of her hands from behind by Betsy Adams, the senior from Monticello, Indiana, with a nice defensive play to save a layup. Gamecocks lead is still 6. Played a little over a minute here in the second half. Walker to trigger it in to Bruner, left corner. And then the ball knocked out of bounds to South Carolina again. Walker will trigger it in once again to Bruner. Ball knocked out of her hands, again out of bounds. We'll try this a third time. Tried to run the same play, and Bruner and Walker just not on the same page. So Sanchion White will trigger the ball in. Left baseline. Looking, finally gets it in the corner to Mitchell. Mitchell, the freshman, puts it on the floor, trying to drive. It opens for, rolls it up and in with the left hand, and the Gamecocks strike first here in the second half. The lead is 8 at 34-26. Tiffany Mitchell with 4 points. Top of the circle, Sarah Hanson now for Florida Gulf Coast. Gives it up to Gradigan, working on Walker in the tight man-to-man. Back to Armstrong, top of the circle. Mitchell on the defense. Shot clock halfway down. Armstrong works it right side to Gradigan, working on Walker. 9 seconds to shoot it now. Armstrong, top of the circle. Has her pocket picked by Tiffany Mitchell. Mitchell leading a 2-on-1. Underneath the Sanchion White, rolls it up and in. She's fouled. Count the basket. Chance for a 3-point play. Nicely done with the no-look pass by Mitchell. The hoop and the harm, and the Gamecocks lead is 10 with an upcoming free throw by Sanchion White. Betsy Adams picked up the foul, her second. White, the senior from Hammond, Indiana, is 3 out of 4 from the free throw line on the year. The follow-up free throw, no good, back rim, and Florida Gulf Coast with the rebound as Armstrong cleans the glass. 10-point lead for South Carolina. Eagles with the basketball. Gradigan will get it across, picked up by Aisha Walker. Dribbling to her right in front of their own bench. Terminates the dribble, now needs help. Nobody coming back to the basketball as the ball tipped but recovers. Gets it back right wing for 3, missed it short. And Elisa Welch skies for the rebound for South Carolina. Here come the Gamecocks quickly down the floor. Walker doesn't have numbers but gets it underneath the Sanchion White, and she'll lay it in for 2 more. It was a 2-on-4, and the Gamecocks scored and lead it 38-26. A timeout taken by Florida Gulf Coast, so we'll step aside and take it with them. Back in just a moment. You're listening to Carolina Basketball on WISW.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, every day's a good day.
Log on to smartaboutmoney.org today and start taking control of your financial life. Help is closer than you think.
17:43 to play in the second half. Gamecocks lead is a dozen. Florida Gulf Coast with the basketball moving right to left. They beat the trapping pressure pretty easily. First time we've seen that from the Gamecocks in the backcourt today. Near side it comes to Hansen. Gamecocks try to double team, able to get it away in the corner. Haji Akumi for three. Missed that one after hitting two in the first half. Elisa Welch with the rebound for South Carolina. Gamecocks on a 6-0 run to open the half. Mitchell driving into the paint, and she is fouled. The second foul on the Eagles this half. Non-shooting as they put it on Sarah Hansen, her first. Fresh 30 with Mitchell to bring it into the right of the basket. Now they got the shot clock recycled, so we'll do it again. Mitchell slaps the ball to get things in motion. Looking. Got to hurry. Goes way up top to Elisa Welch, who climbs the ladder, and we're back underway. Aisha Walker accepts the ball between the rings. Man-to-man for Florida Gulf Coast. Dribbling to her left is Walker. 12-point lead. Up top it comes to Tiffany Mitchell. Mitchell working on Sarah Hansen, driving halfway down the lane. Floater rolls off, no good. Bruner saves it from going out of bounds and throws it off an eagle into the baseline. Good play by Bruner. Couldn't stay in bounds and just threw it off the kneecaps of one of the Florida Gulf Coast players. South Carolina will retain possession. Mitchell to trigger it into the right of the basket. Gamecocks trying to add to a 12-point lead. Sanchion White holds it near side now on the elbow. White needs some help. Gives it up top to Mitchell. Now top of the circle to Aisha Walker. Man-to-man defense. Work it left side, Sanchion White. Left of the free throw line. Jumper from 15. No good. Rebound, Elisa Welch. Fresh 30 for South Carolina. Elisa Welch doing a nice job cleaning the glass once again after a double-double yesterday. Walker dribbling to her left in front of the South Carolina bench and Coach Dawn Staley. Shot clock halfway down, and there's a foul by Betsy Adams of Florida Gulf Coast. That's her third and the team's third. Just trying to hack the ball away from Mitchell. Got some skin. Sub into the contest. Katie Meador back into the contest for the Eagles. Mitchell to bring it in on the other sideline. Has to hurry. Gets it into Bruner, top of the circle. She'll put it on the floor. Halfway down the lane. Jumper is up. Rolls off, no good. Welch with the rebound, and she's fouled underneath by Armstrong. Fourth team foul on Florida Gulf Coast already. And the fourth foul on Armstrong. So she's going to have to come out for a while. One of their starters in foul trouble as Taylor Gradigan checks in. Fresh 30 for the Gamecocks again, who's had the ball for a while here thanks to a lot of fouls and offensive rebounds. Now they need some points. Feed it underneath the Bruner, double teamed, loses the handle, finds it again. Layup is short. Kissed off the front of the iron. This time the Eagles get the rebound. Quickly down the floor, Florida Gulf Coast. Top of the circle, open for three. Gradigan missed it back rim. Follows the shot. There's a fight for the rebound. Mitchell's got it, leading a 2-on-2 break. Mitchell will take it herself off the window for two, and the Gamecocks lead 40-26. An 8-0 run to start the second half as the freshman Mitchell gets her third field goal to drop. Largest lead of the afternoon. Underneath the basket, wide open Meador. She lays it up and in. 40-28. One of the few times the Eagles have been able to get the ball inside. And that snaps that 8-0 run by South Carolina to start the half. 12-point lead for the Gamecocks with the basketball. Walker dribbling to her right. Passes right to Tiffany Mitchell, the freshman. Mitchell puts it on the floor, dribbling back to the center. Now over to the left side. Shot clock at 10. High post to Bruner. Squares to the basket, puts it on the floor with the left hand. Drives, shoots, and scores. Gamecocks lead 42-28. Bruner with 10 points. And there's a steal in the backcourt. Bruner gets the ball and lays it in for two more. Back-to-back baskets by Bruner in just a matter of seconds. Largest lead of the day for South Carolina at 44-28. Right side, Hansen driving. Kick it out right side for three from the corner. Missed it short, did Gleasing. And a foul the other way on Florida Gulf Coast on the rebound. The Gamecocks will have it when we come back. 15:04 to play. All South Carolina right now leading 44-28. Timeout on the floor, we'll take it with them. You're listening to Carolina Basketball on WIS.
Spectacular views of the Caribbean are just the beginning at Frenchman's Reef and Morningstar Marriott Beach Resort. Discover a place where turquoise waters meet clear blue skies, where fine dining and poolside bars delightfully coexist, where fun and relaxation are an art form. A Marriott dream vacation awaits you here on the island of St. Thomas in the U.S. Virgin Islands. It's all here at Frenchman's Reef and Morningstar Marriott Beach Resort.
Play resumes moving left to right. Wilcamonte, Aisha Walker, Ashley Bruner, Asia Dozier, and Tiffany Mitchell on the floor for the Gamecocks and their Road Blacks. A 12-2 run for South Carolina to start this second half. Walker dribbling left side. Man-to-man defense for Florida Gulf Coast. Up top to Bruner. Bruner kicks it out left corner. It's Dozier for three. No good. Offensive rebound, Bruner. Follow-up shot no good, but she's fouled and will go to the line. Bruner scored two baskets in a row for South Carolina, has 12 points. She'll go to the line where she's 0 for 1 today and see if she can knock this one down. 6 teams foul on Florida Gulf Coast. They put that one on Sarah Hansen, her second. First one is good. 13 points for Bruner. Came in averaging just over 12 per contest. Second free throw, rattles out, no good, and Florida Gulf Coast with the rebound, but the Gamecocks lead at 45-28. 13-2 run here to start the second half. See if they can keep it up. It's a dangerous three-point shooting team for Florida Gulf Coast. They can get back into it in a hurry. As we said, led the nation in three-pointers a year ago. And a hand check foul on the freshman Asia Dozier. First foul on the Gamecocks this half, second on Dozier. So they'll bring it into play over on the far sideline in front of their bench will the Eagles with a fresh 30 on the shot clock. Now the two of the officials want to discuss something, make sure they're on the same page. It'll be Adams to trigger it in, and we're underway. Gradijan working on Dozier right side, trying the drive. Still has it on the floor, now terminates the dribble. Works it over in the corner to Meador. Meador back to Gradijan. Gradijan working on Dozier with 17 to shoot it. Puts it on the floor, tries to drive, kick out left side, open for three is Gleasing, doesn't shoot it though. 10 seconds to shoot it now. Gradijan walked with it. Turnover by the Eagles. I'll give it back to South Carolina. Third turnover of the half by Florida Gulf Coast. Gamecocks have it leading 45-28, looking to add to it. Aisha Walker will bring it up the floor. Walks it across slowly. Picked up top of the circle by Gleasing. High post to Bruner with her back to the basket. Now hands it off to Mitchell. Passes right, Dozier. Gets her man in the air, can't pull the trigger. 13 to shoot it, and we threw it out of bounds. Aisha Walker hit Tiffany Mitchell in the back, who was making a cut. And I think Walker was expecting her to square up for there on the elbow. First turnover of the second half for South Carolina. Hansen will get it across for Florida Gulf Coast. Still 45-28 Gamecocks. Gradijan left side working on Dozier. Top of the circle now Adams. Works it over on the far side to Gleasing. Feed it inside and a foul on the Gamecocks as Gradijan went down hard. She's not getting up. That's not good news for Florida Gulf Coast. She went down hard to the floor. And they'll attend to her for just a moment. Didn't see what happened to her and just got caught up in the traffic. And we'll see what they do. Don't forget, Gamecocks will play the final game of this tournament tomorrow against DePaul, who's 2-0 after knocking off Florida Gulf Coast by 2 yesterday and then defeating Hampton by 1 today, rallying from a double-digit deficit. We'll be on the air at 3:20. It'll be a 3:30 tip. And the Gamecocks trying to finish business here, though, against a tough Florida Gulf Coast team that won 29 games a year ago. After this trip, the Gamecocks will return home to take on Drexel as the Dragons return the favor after the Gamecocks went up to Philadelphia a year ago. That'll be on Wednesday night in the Colonial Life Arena at 7 o'clock. And one more road trip in calendar year 2012. A week from Sunday, we'll be up at Seton Hall in South Orange, New Jersey. And after that, it's a 5-game homestand for South Carolina, beginning Sunday, December 9th against Furman, and that extends through the new year when we open up SEC play. Well, they've been able to take the injured player off the floor, so the Gamecocks, I believe, will have it. Nope, it will be Florida Gulf Coast ball. I'm sorry. They'll bring it in to the right of the basket with Gleasing. Gleasing looking, finally got it in to Adams. Adams in the right elbow, gives it up top to Amanda Moore. Moore working on Dozier with 9 to shoot it, and she threw it into her bench. The Gamecocks get it on the turnover. That is a dozen turnovers now by the Eagles. They're averaging only 14 per game. South Carolina with the basketball, leading 45-28. On the near side, Aisha Walker. Picked up by Gleasing in the man-to-man. Walker still has it on the floor. Up top to Dozier, 13 to shoot it. We're looking hard at Bruner, but she's covered well. We get it down to her now. She's double-teamed. Back out to Walker. Spot up for 3. Missed it off the side of the rim. Bruner had the rebound and then lost it, but then Tiffany Mitchell comes out of there with it for South Carolina. Fresh 30 for the Gamecocks. To Bruner at the free throw line. Drives the lane right side, rolls it up and in for 2 more. And the Gamecocks taking control now, lead it 47-28 with 12:43 and counting in the first half. Bruner now with 15 points. Quickly down the floor, Hansen drives, shoots, and doesn't score, but it'll be a foul on South Carolina. Let's see who the foul is on. It's only the second foul in the Gamecocks. They'll put it on Bruner, her second. And it'll put Sarah Hansen at the line, an 83% free throw shooter, 15 out of 18 on the year. The redshirt junior from McKeon, Pennsylvania, hits the first free throw. Hansen with a dozen points after 11 yesterday. So she's having a pretty good tournament. Hansen was Florida Gulf Coast's first unanimous first-team All-Atlantic Sun selection last year. Led the team in scoring with more than 14 points per game. Second free throw also good, and it's 47-30. Gamecocks in front. Prior to those 2 free throws, Gamecocks had outscored the Eagles 15-2 to start the second half. Khadijah Sessions now running the show for South Carolina, giving Aisha Walker a break. Across the timeline. Top of the circle now to Bruner. Passes left side, Tiffany Mitchell. Tight man-to-man defense by Armstrong. Here's Dozier, straightaway 3. Pulls off no good. Rebound saved by Mitchell, and Ashley Bruner able to track it down in the corner to Khadijah Sessions. Up top to Dozier, driving, goes underneath the basket to Welch, or rather to Mitchell, who fumbles but recovers. Now to Wilkamontu, left side, long 2 for Wilka, got it. Wilkamontu with a long one, her first points of the day, and the Gamecocks lead is back to 19 at 49-30. Under 12 minutes to play here in the second half. Hansen dribbling right side. Terminates the dribble. Bruner comes out in front of her. Top of the circle now to Haji Akumi. She hit 2 3-pointers in the first half. Picked up by Wilkamontu. Right side, Hansen now, guarded by Bruner. Puts it on the floor, driving, splits a couple of defenders, rolls it up and in. She's fouled. Count the basket. Chance for a 3-point play when we come back. 11:36 to play in the second half. Carolina leading Florida Gulf Coast 49-32. Timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them. Back in just a moment for more Carolina basketball on WI.
Now, as you can see, don't you love technology? Yeah, no problem. There we go. How are the girls? Uh-huh. Come on, boy, just a little. Kiss me, boy, got me going crazy. Scott.
Business is tough, but with great offers at Avis.com, we give you the space to turn your business trip into a bizcation. Avis, it's your space.
Florida Gulf Coast will be at the free throw line as play resumes. It'll be Sarah Hansen once again. Hansen 2 out of 2 from the stripe. Has 15 points to lead the Eagles so far this afternoon. Front end of 1-1. I'm sorry, it was the follow-up free throw after the made basket is good, and it's 49-33. Gamecocks in front. Carolina with the basketball. Near side, Asia Dozier, the freshman, gives it up top to Mitchell. 3 freshmen on the floor now for South Carolina. Near side, Mitchell on the elbow. Around the perimeter left side, Dozier, 15 to shoot it. Strong on defense. Now Sessions left elbow with 10 to shoot it. Up top to Mitchell. 3 freshmen and 2 sophomores on the floor for the Gamecocks. Mitchell driving, tricky dribble between the legs. Shot up, no good, but a foul bails out the Gamecocks with 4 on the shot clock. That's the 7th team foul. The Gamecocks in the bonus for the final 11-10. It'll be Mitchell at the stripe, the freshman from Charlotte. Had her troubles from the free throw line this year, 9 out of 19 for 47%. It's her first trip today. And the first of 2 is good. Mitchell now with 7 points to go along with 8 rebounds. The 8 rebounds matches a season high for the freshman. Third time she's grabbed 8 boards in a game. And reigning SEC Freshman of the Week. One more time for Mitchell as the Gamecocks lead it by 17 points. Second free throw, good. 18-point lead for South Carolina. Opened the half on a 15-2 run to extend the big lead. On the near side, Haji Akumi thought about the 3, can't shoot it over Elamibium. Now right side, Hansen trying to drive, goes baseline, runner off the glass won't go, gets her own rebound on the other side, stick back won't go, gets a rebound again, 3rd time's a charm. She's fouled, count the basket. Chance for a 3-point play. Coach Staley and company not happy about giving the same player 3 cracks at it underneath the basket. Makes it 51-35 as Hansen trying to take control of this game for her team. Has 16 points. She's averaging just under 17 a game. Is a perfect 3 for 3 from the free throw line. 83% from the free throw line coming in. Follow-up free throw, missed it. And ball lost out of bounds to the Gamecocks. The Gamecocks will have it with 10:51 to play. Khadijah Sessions, the freshman from Myrtle Beach, running the show now for South Carolina. Man-to-man defense, and she works it right side to Mitchell. Down low to Ibiam, lost it out of bounds. Kind of forced that entry pass. Ibiam was double-teamed and couldn't quite hold on to it. Coach Staley not happy about the turnover as the Eagles have the ball. Top of the circle, Gleasing working on Elisa Welch. Puts it on the floor right side. Kick it out in the corner to Morrell. Morrell thought about the 3, didn't pull the trigger. Shot clock halfway down as they're working around the perimeter near side. Adams lost the handle and the Gamecocks take it away. Tiffany Mitchell comes out of there with it on the turnover. South Carolina quickly down the floor underneath Elisa Welch. Gets her man in the air, lays it up and in. She's fouled, count the basket. Chance for a 3-point play for Elisa Welch. Did a good job on the up fake. Welch now in double figures with 11 points, and she's got her 2nd straight double-double in this tournament, 11 points and 10 rebounds. The 3rd double-double of her career all this season for the sophomore from Goose Creek, and she's at the line now for the follow-up. Follow-up free throw, good. Gamecocks in front, 54-35 as Armstrong checks back in for the Eagles. Replaces Sarah Hansen, who's played very well today, with 18 points and 6 rebounds. Eagles with the ball. They'll bring it up the floor right to left with Armstrong. Passes right. Gamecocks come out with a steal, and then almost, do lose it out of bounds. Tiffany Mitchell and one of the Eagles go crashing into the scorer's table. Let's see whose ball it will be, who touched it last. Mitchell tipped the ball, stole it, and then I believe it was knocked out of bounds by the Eagles. So it will be South Carolina ball on the turnover. 14 turnovers now by the Eagles. Gamecocks have it, leading by 19 points. Near side, Asia Dozier. Man-to-man defense by Morrell. Dozier, top of the circle now to Sessions. Sessions passes left to Mitchell. Mitchell on the floor a couple of times. Passes right to Dozier. Shot clock down to 10 seconds. Playing catch with Mitchell left side. She'll put it on the floor. Mitchell, top of the circle. Dozier for three. No good off the side of the rim. Rebound Florida Gulf Coast. 9.5 minutes to play. Eagles with the basketball. Gamecocks with a 19-point lead. Feed it underneath the basket. Wide open underneath the basket was Jamie Gleasing. And she'll lay it in for two. 54-37. 4 points for Gleasing now, as the Gamecocks lost her somehow in the wash. Up top, Dozier. Near side, Sessions on the elbow. Sessions, the freshman, lobs it down low to Ibiam, who's double-teamed. Trying to fight through it. Lost the handle on the ball. It goes out of bounds to South Carolina. Trying to give Ibiam some extended minutes here, but she's not handled the ball well. A couple of turnovers, an almost turnover there. She'll come out as Ashley Bruner checks in for hers. Coach Daly's trying to give her some minutes, but just didn't have the hands today to accept those entry passes. Bruner gives it up to Sessions. Shot clock at 10. Sessions, top of the circle, driving the lane. Kick it out right side, Mitchell. Mitchell, kick it out to Dozier. She'll try a three again. Missed it back rim. Offensive rebound, Mitchell. Drives the baseline. Has the ball knocked out of her hands, and the Eagles come out of there with it. Gleasing leading the break. She'll wait for the numbers. Now Armstrong wide open for three. Missed it. Rebound tip to Tiffany Mitchell, and the Gamecocks have it. Gamecocks with the ball and a 54-37 lead with 8:40 to play. Khadijah Sessions will back up now. Carolina working some clock here on each possession. Sessions trying to run the offensive set. Up top to Bruner. Passes right to Mitchell. Shot clock at 9 now. Here's Dozier. Can't pull the trigger on the three. Left side, Sessions will try a three. Left elbow. Bang! Got it. Three-pointer. Khadijah Sessions, the freshman from Myrtle Beach with the first three-pointer of her career, gives the Gamecocks their largest lead of 20 points, 57-37, with 8:10 to play. Whistle away from the ball is going to be a foul on South Carolina. Tiffany Mitchell whistled for the foul, her first, team's fifth. Katie Meador back into the contest for Bethany Morrell. One more sub. Stephanie Haas back in for the Eagles. Out goes Haji Akumi. Much to the announcer's pleasure of not having to pronounce that for a couple more minutes. Gleasing will trigger it in up top to Armstrong. Gamecock lead is 20, thanks to a strong start to the second half. Pass it right to Gleasing. Gleasing working on Elisa Welch in the man-to-man. Up top to Meador. Ashley Bruner defends her. She dribbles down to the free throw line. Passes left to Adams. Adams working on Sanchion White, who checked back in. Now handoff left side, Gleasing. Can't pull the trigger on the three with 10 to shoot it. Now dribbles straight away along two. No good. Elisa Welch with the rebound, and the Gamecocks have it. Welch already has a double-double for the second straight day for South Carolina. Here's Sessions right side. Gamecocks trying to add to a 20-point lead. Welch passes left to Sanchion White. Up top to Dozier. Underneath to Bruner. Bad entry pass, ball knocked loose, and the Eagles come out of there with it. So turnover by South Carolina, their 11th of the game. Here come the Eagles down the floor with 7:17 to play. Bruner goes for the steal, doesn't get it. Eagles able to retain possession. Up top with it is Stephanie Haas working on Sanchion White. Kicks it out right side on the elbow for Armstrong for three. Got it. Joyce Armstrong with the three-pointer, her second of the game and the season. And the Gamecocks lead is trimmed down to 17, 57-40. 6 three-pointers hit by the Eagles today. Gamecock coach Dawn Staley not happy that wasn't defended well. Khadijah Sessions delivers up top to Dozier. Shot clock halfway down. Cross-courted all the way on the other side to Sessions. Puts it on the floor, trying to drive off the window. Rolls off, no good. Bruner with the rebound. She goes up and lost it, but then Elisa Welch is there. She lays it in. Bodies flying everywhere. Welch with the finish. It's 59-40. Gamecocks in front as both Welch and Bruner hit the deck hard, but they're up and okay. 6:20 to play. It's all South Carolina right now, leading by 19. Here's Meador going baseline on Sanchion White. Has the ball stripped out of her hands and out of bounds. That'll send us to immediate timeout with 6:14 to play. Gamecocks lead at 59-40. We'll step aside and take a break as well. You're listening to Carolina Basketball on WI.
Welcome to Belongo Bay Beach Resort, St. Thomas, the Caribbean's most entertaining beach resort. Experience the Caribbean's most entertaining beach resort, Belongo Bay Beach Resort, St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands. No passport required.
A champion never rests, never stops, never settles. So we didn't.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is
NBA 2K13, executive produced by Jay-Z.
Once Elisa Welch, her second straight double-double, 14 points and 11 rebounds. Sarah Hansen leading Florida Gulf Coast with 18 points. Gamecocks shooting 48% in the second half. It'll be Florida Gulf Coast ball as play resumes. Bringing it under the basket. Passing underneath to Stephanie Haas. Cut off on the baseline by Bruner. And that'll be a 3-second lane violation. Nope. One official called lane violation. The other official signaled that Coach Carl Smesko of Florida Gulf Coast had signaled a timeout in time to avoid the lane violation. And Don Stelly says, really? Are you sure? But so it will be Florida Gulf Coast ball. We'll keep it right here as this is just a 30-second timeout. Final game of the tournament tomorrow for South Carolina. Same time we started today, as Carolina will take on DePaul. And barring something unforeseen, both teams will be 2-0 in this tournament going into that, as DePaul has won both of their games so far, winning by 2 yesterday against this Florida Gulf Coast team in a nail-biter, 60-58. Had another nail-biter today. They rallied from a double-digit deficit in the second half to win it by 1 over Hampton. Florida Gulf Coast will have the ball as play resumes. They'll bring it into the left of the basket with Gleasing. 13 on the shot clock. Gleasing goes way up top. Fight for the ball, but Armstrong comes down with it. Works at right side. Now ball knocked loose by the Gamecocks. Sanchion White comes out of there with it. She'll wait for the numbers. Khadijah Sessions knocked the ball loose first, I believe, and Sanchion White came out of there with it. Asia Dozier near side. Up top, Sanchion White. Working around the perimeter to Sessions, the freshman from Myrtle Beach. To Dozier now. Dozier being hounded by Gleasing. Puts it on the floor with 10 to shoot it. Needs some help. Terminates the dribble. Passes left to Sanchion White. Sanchion cut off from the baseline and has the ball knocked out of her hands and stolen away. We try to tie up the loose ball. It'll be a held ball, possession 2, South Carolina. So the Gamecocks catch a break there after White lost the ball, able to get it back up with the tie-up. Amanda Moore back in, this freshman from Seymour, Indiana, checks in for Florida Gulf Coast. Carolina will have it. They'll bring it into the left of the basket once they wipe up some perspiration off the floor. Sanchion White will trigger it in. Ella Mibiam is into the contest for South Carolina, joining Bruner on the post. White gives it to Dozier, left corner, with a fresh 30 on the shot clock. Dozier, left elbow now, puts it on the floor. Back to Khadijah Sessions between the rings. High post to Bruner with her back to the basket. Goes underneath to Ibiam, and L lays it up. No good. Ball lost out of bounds by Florida Gulf Coast. One of their players was on her behind. It was Katie Meador who'd fallen down. The rebound came down, hit her in the hands as she tried to get up. The Gamecocks catch a break there, and we'll bring it into the left of the basket with a fresh 30. Triggered into Sanchion White on the far side. We're back underway. Up top to Dozier, top of the circle. Now Sessions. Sessions right side to Sanchion White. Long baseline jumper. Rolls off no good. Dozier with the offensive rebound. Drive, shoots, doesn't score, but a foul. And we'll check who it's on as the officials will discuss. They're going to call an offensive foul on Asia Dozier after some discussion, so that goes as a turnover as well. Still 59-40, South Carolina in front with 5:05 to play. Florida Gulf Coast will have it moving right to left. Amanda Moore brings it across the timeline. Gamecocks in a 2-3 zone this trip. Up top, Armstrong now. It's hit a couple of three-pointers today. Armstrong, top of the circle, terminates the dribble. 12 seconds to shoot it. Left side, Gleasing drives. Jumper is blocked by Ibiam, but a foul on Elam Ibiam will send them to the line. 7th team foul. She was in the act of shooting, so it'll be 2 shots. Oh, they put it on Dozier, they say. So Dozier picks up her 5th foul. The freshman is fouled out of the contest. Thought that was on Ibiam, but it is on Dozier. She's out of the contest. The freshman from Columbia retires with 2 points. Jamie Gleasing at the free throw line. Hits the first one, does the freshman from Solon, Ohio. We checked in Wilcom Montu in place of Dozier. Second free throw, no good, but they track down the long rebound in the corner on the far side. And then a foul on Khadijah Sessions. We'll send them to the line for 1 and 1. Sessions picks up her 2nd, 8th team foul, so it'll be Gleasing at the stripe. Once again, hit 1 out of 2 a moment ago. The lefty shoots and misses, but again, they get the offensive rebound. Up top, Morrell, now to Amanda Moore. Moore passes to Morrell right side. Gamecocks try to trap her, able to wriggle out of it. Near side to Moore, now Armstrong left elbow. Shot clock is halfway down as Moore holds top of the circle. Right side 3-ball, Morrell missed it short. Rebound, Elam Ibiam, and the Gamecocks have it. Carolina leading 59-41, 4:18 and counting in this one. Gamecocks put this one away with a 15-2 run to start the second half after leading by just 6 in the first 20 minutes. Near side, Sancheon White. Shot clock is halfway down for the Gamecocks. Man-to-man defense by Armstrong. Left side, Wilcom Montu puts it on the floor. Nothing to do there. 6 seconds to shoot it now for Sessions. Sessions rolls it up now underneath to Montu. Montu, layup won't go. Gets her own rebound. Stick back won't go. It'll be a shot clock violation as neither of those shots drew any iron. That'll send us to our final media timeout with 3:51 to play. Carolina in front 59-41. Timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them. Back in just a moment for more Carolina basketball on WISW.
Come visit my islands, the United States Virgin Islands.
Visit St. Thomas for the 60th anniversary of VI Carnival, April 22nd to 28th. Call your travel agent to book today.
The United States Virgin Islands, home to beautiful beaches, culture, and people, is also home to the University of the Virgin Islands. For 50 years, nationally accredited UVI has excelled with quality and affordable education. Whatever your passion, you'll experience education at its finest. With small classes and diverse undergraduate and graduate programs, UVI is the ideal learning environment. Historically American, uniquely Caribbean, globally interactive.
By the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
It's open mic every morning. Catch Woody Wyndham weekdays from 7 until 10. News Talk 1320, WISW, Columbia.
3:45 to play. Gamecocks lead by 18. Florida Gulf Coast with the basketball, however. And whistle away from the ball. Another timeout taken by Coach Carl Smesko of the Eagles. We'll keep it right here. Gamecocks led by as many as 11 in the first half, but then some late three-pointers by the Eagles cut the deficit down to 6. Gamecocks led at the intermission 32-26. But South Carolina opened up the second half on a 15-2 run and really hasn't looked back since, as they look to move to 2-0 in the tournament and 6-0 on the season. Gamecocks will play DePaul tomorrow. That'll be a 3:30 tip. We'll be on the air at 3:20 Eastern. On the floor for the Gamecocks and the Road Blacks, Wilcom Montu, Khadijah Sessions, Ella Mibium, Sanchion White, and Tiffany Mitchell. Florida Gulf Coast with the ball as play resumes, and we're back underway. 3:40 and counting. Carolina in a 2-3 zone. Right side, Amanda Moore working on Khadijah Sessions. Now up top, Iamstrong. Spins it off to Gleasing. Back to Iamstrong right side. Tries to drive. Underhanded scoop. Won't go. Rebound Sanchion White, and the Gamecocks have it. Under 3.5 minutes to play. All South Carolina right now. Sessions across the timeline. The freshman from Myrtle Beach. Near side, Sanchion White. Up top to Tiffany Mitchell. Mitchell to Sessions left side. Shot clock halfway down. Whistle away from the ball. It's going to be a foul on Florida Gulf Coast. Ella Mibium was trying to post down low, and Katie Meador gave her a little too much, and that's 5 fouls on the freshman from Salem, Illinois, as Katie Meador is fouled out. Meador with 2 points and 3 rebounds. That'll be the 9th team foul, so 1-1 for Ella Mibium. The sophomore from Fayetteville, Georgia, hasn't visited the line too often yet in the young seats. Just 3 out of 7 for 43%, averaging under 4 points and 5 rebounds per contest. Looking for first points here today. A little struggle for Elle this afternoon. Working hard in the post, has had trouble handling some entry passes early. And she'll get a chance from the free throw line here. Front end of 1-1 is good. She buys the bonus and will shoot again. Gets her first point. Now all 9 healthy Gamecocks have scored here this afternoon. One more time for Elle. Second free throw also good. And the Gamecocks lead it 61-41. Iamstrong over on the far side. Lost the dribble. Now she'll crank a 3. No good off the iron. Rebound Wilcom Montu. Gamecocks have it. Gamecocks have done a nice job on the boards here again today. They've out-rebounded Florida Gulf Coast 40-19. And the lead is 20 on the scoreboard. Khadijah Sessions left side with the shot clock halfway down. In the corner to Montu. Back to Sessions left elbow. The freshman lobs it down low to Ibium. Halfway down the lane. Double team. Fights through it. Rolls it up too strong. Rebound Gleasing for Florida Gulf Coast. Ibium just hasn't been able to finish. 2.5 minutes to go. It's a 20-point lead for the Gamecocks. Here's Adams up top for 3. Rimps out no good. Ibium with the rebound, and the Gamecocks have it. Sessions tells everyone to get down the floor. Work it left side to Tiffany Mitchell. Mitchell dribbles back, passes right to Montu. Montu looking for Ella Mibium. Up top to Sessions, left side to Mitchell on the elbow. Shot clock at 12. Cross court it to Montu, puts it on the floor. Now jumper off the dribble right side, rolls off the rim. Ibium with the rebound, stick back won't go. Montu with the offensive rebound, and the Gamecocks have it. Fresh 30 for South Carolina. Khadijah Sessions will dribble back up and run some clock as Coach Staley implores her to do so. Sanchion White threw the ball away, and a foul on Wilcom Montu. We'll send it the other way for 1-1. Just 1:49 to play. Gamecocks lead is 20. But the Eagles will try to trim that down a little bit at the free throw line here. The Eagles on the day, 5 out of 9 from the free throw line. That'll put Amanda Moore at the stripe, the freshman from Seymour, Indiana. Is 3 out of 4 from the free throw line on the season, looking for her first points of the afternoon. She hits the first free throw, will buy the bonus. 61-42, South Carolina in front. Second free throw, good. 61-43, just 1:49 to play. Gamecocks will try to run a few more sets here, as Khadijah Sessions will bring it up the floor, met as she crosses the timeline by Amanda Moore. Wilcom Montu passes left to Sanchion White. Back between the rings to Mitchell. Now near side Sessions. Shot clock halfway down. Sessions puts it on the floor. Jumper from 14. Got it. Rattled high up into the air and bounced through. Gamecocks lead is 20 again as Sessions has 5 points after a three-pointer earlier. Up top, Iamstrong passes right to Moore. Just 1:20 to play. Now Haji Akumi launches a 3. Rolls out no good. Ella Mibium had the rebound and lost it, but then there's a foul underneath on Florida Gulf Coast. And the Gamecocks will go to the line for a pair of free throws, as that's the 10th team foul. and put that foul on Joyce Armstrong, her 5th. The senior from Chicago is fouled out. Second Eagle to foul out of the contest today. It'll be Ibiam at the stripe, who hit a couple of free throws a moment ago for her only 2 points of the day. So 2 more tries for the sophomore from Fayetteville, Georgia. Just 1:13 to play. Ibiam's first free throw, no good, back rim. Gamecocks 7 out of 12 from the free throw line here this afternoon. One more time for Ibiam. Second free throw, missed that one again, but there's Mitchell with the rebound, and the Gamecocks have it. Mitchell with a career high 11 rebounds today for the freshman. Montu, right elbow. Up top to Mitchell, fumbles but recovers, but they say she went over and back. Gamecocks thought the Florida Gulf Coast player touched it, but that's not the case. So it'll go as a turnover. 1:03 to play, still a 20-point lead for South Carolina. As we work for the final 63 seconds here, Amanda Moore will bring it up. Passes left to Morrell. Around the perimeter to Moore. Gamecocks in a 2-3 zone. Feed it on the near side, Morrell. He's passing around the perimeter, trying to open up a three-point opportunity. In the corner it goes to Haas. Can't pull the trigger. Sanchion White with a steal. He's got one girl to beat. Will take it the length of the floor and lay it up and in. And Sanchion White with the basket. She's had a good day. 11 points. That's a new career high for the senior from Hammond, Indiana. Congratulations to Sanchion White. Hajakume, top of the circle, can't pull the trigger on a three. Instead, it'll be Moore right side. Three-pointer good. Amanda Moore with her third three-pointer of the year. Gamecocks lead 65-46. Seventh three-pointer to drop today for the Eagles. Shot clock is off with 20 seconds, so the Gamecocks don't have to shoot it. Sessions will dribble around in the backcourt as Moore stays with her. Gamecocks will improve to 6-0 with the victory, while Florida Gulf Coast will drop to 2-3 with their third straight loss of the season, second straight loss here in the tournament. Gamecocks will face DePaul tomorrow. Both teams will go into that matchup 2-0 in tournament play. Gamecocks a winner 65-46. We'll take a timeout and start our wrap-up. You're listening to Carolina Basketball on WISW.
Captain Eric